So that's my favorite tune, but they keep telling me off for playing it, so I won't play it anymore. Hello, good evening. I'm just allowing people to join, and I'll see whether I can get the live shared out as we're waiting. It does take a little while for Facebook to show up. So first, oh, dearie me, that's noisy. Dearie me, that's noisy. I was going to say that, sorry, I'm a bit late. I was actually with a client just in great engrossed conversation, so I do apologize, but it was a wonderful, wonderful reading, as they all are. I love what I do. I love what I do. All right, let's just see if there's anything else that I can share it to. No, that's it. So let me just make sure that I've got all the comments over here, because I can only see, I can see them here. Let me just make sure I've got all the comments. I think Facebook are hiding some of the comments. Yeah. Cool. Leave now. Sorry, I'm singing away. So I hope you're all having a lovely day. Please know that this is Indigos Oracle's live show oracle card reading. It is all for entertainment purposes. Those who haven't met me before, I'm Indigo from Indigo's Oracle. I work for Psychic Today TV show, as well as myself. This is my livelihood. This is my living. It's my absolute passion. All readings on this show are £5.55. If desperate, you can pay via Facebook stars. But due to the fees that Google and other companies are charging, I prefer not to take them. Just going to allow some people to join on. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Now, I know I haven't made it very clear that I'm broadcasting on YouTube, but this is, I'm designing an oracle deck, so it's a bit busy at the moment. There's a lot going on. Hi, Joyce Cunningham. I've had a lovely day. My goodness, it has been busy. It's been an up and downy day. And I'm looking forward to having a glass of Prosecco with my husband very soon. It's been a long day, and I'm working tomorrow as well on Psychic Today again. How are you doing? So let's have a look and see what we've got going on here. So we've got Joyce. We got Pauline. Hi, Indigo. Would love a reading. Having a bit of a heartache. Sorry to hear that, my lovely. If you do want to purchase a reading, let me just pop the link in here. Oh, I've done the wrong thing. Well, that's usual, isn't it? That's such a Starseed thing to do. All right, here we go. So if you click on the Streamlabs link I'm popping into the comments, then you can go. It just pays through PayPal. I'm going to say hello to Wild Bill in a second, my lovely. Hi, Kath. Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here for your first time. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Please do share out, guys. This is what I do as a livelihood. This is what, gives my daughter clothes and books for school and such like. So thank you so much. Hi, Wild Bill. Hi, Joe Hughes. Thank you. Joe Hughes, how do I purchase a live reading? So you just go to the link. I'll just pop it up again, and you pay on there £5.55. That's how much they are, my lovely. And then I will give you a live reading. So live readings just before you purchase. They are not on request. So there's not people you want to speak to or a subject. It is an oracle card reading, so you can either have 3 oracle cards or 1 oracle card and a message from the spirit world. When I say a message from the spirit world, it might well be someone you're not particularly close to, but there will be a message within the situation that's actually more important in this case than the spirit connection, because that's not what we're intending. That's really for more of a private domain or a public specialized event. So well, Bill, I hope you're feeling better, my lovely. Hi Karen, how are you doing? I hope you have a message from me, please. Well, do listen to other people's readings, or you can purchase one as it just says at the bottom of the screen. I've put the link into the comments a few times. I can actually put them in again. Just wanted to jump in and say hello. Got to run to the store. Peace and light, love and light. Thank you, Wild Bill, and thank you for sharing. I know you always do. Thank you, my lovely. Oh, thank you, Kath. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Oh no, the boss. Oh dear. Oh dear. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? Let me know, Wild Bill, please. Let me know. So just waiting for a few people to join me. So normally I go live about 7:30. So this is a very unusual time. I have been working since about 10 o'clock this morning, bar a visit to the dentist. So I imagine Spirit is going to be ever so kind and not give me a lot of work this evening. But either which way, it does not matter, because I go where the flow is. I go with my energy as it does flow. Okay. If she still has it Monday, she goes to the hospital. Present energy. Oh my gosh, lovely. Oh my gosh. All right. Vitamin C, vitamin D, loads of water, and try and get some fresh air in the room. That's pretty important, I feel. Someone said to me, if you're asthmatic, the inhalers might help. So I'm not sure if that's helpful to you, but that's hearsay. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Hello, Sandy Rays. How are you doing, my lovely? Hola. I like that. I like that. You must be a psychic yourself, Sandy, because I have a new crown in my tooth and it costs pretty much the price of a piece of gold. So you must be a pretty psychic yourself. Oh, Pauline, that's so lovely. That is so lovely. So I'm just going to take this off the screen and I'm just going to pop onto here. So here is the information at the bottom. I've just put the payment link into the comments. All readings are £5.55. They are live. You can book a private reading. Private readings are £35 for half an hour or £50 for an hour. So this is the only place I offer readings for £5.55. So if you would like to book one, please don't hesitate. Lots of peace, Wild Bill. I'll sit with my spirit guides later and see if we can send us some support. If that's okay, we'll do that. Okay. And I want to say to you, Wild Bill, if you're still there, violet flame is what you need. You know the violet flame. Violet flame is Saint Germain. That's what you need. That will help. Okay. You know how to channel it. I know you do. I know you do. So. Oh, where's all my usual folk? My usual folk. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, hello, Nettie. How are you doing, my lovely? You're watching in the background, are you? Hello, my lovely. So I'm just going to copy the link and I'm going to pop it onto my story. And hello, Jane. There you go. There's a regular. I'm only joking, Jane. How are you doing, my lovely? So sorry I'm a bit later, Jane. I had a later client. So let me just put this to my story. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I don't know how to do it otherwise. I suppose I can share the live, can I? I need someone to help me with my internety stuff. Oh, there you go. Shared a story. Well, that would really help, wouldn't it? Hello, Jane. How's things? How's things? So it's quite quiet tonight, so it might be a natter rather than readings, but we'll just see how things are going. Hello. Hello, my darling. Oh, what is that funny noise? I just had a really, really funny noise. Oh, someone's cash apped me. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. How are you doing, my darling? What would you like? Would you like 3 cards, or would you like 1 card and a message from Spirit? What would you fancy? Thank you, Jane. I'll be with you second. Thank you. So I don't think I've got admin tonight. I must see how lovely Maria's doing. So proud of her. Yeah, I need to message her anyway. So, lovely. All right. I know you did. You're super. What would you like, my lovely? 3 cards or 1 card and a message from Spirit? If you can help me with this, that'd be great. And then we'll move forward. So I'm going to use tonight, I highly recommend this deck. It's gorgeous. The Crystallary, can't say it, but I love the deck. It's beautiful. Look at all that shimmery. I'd like this on my cards, but it's not really possible. It's a different printers. Maybe the next edition, they'll be shimmery. 3 cards and I'll send more for the message from Spirit. Oh, bless you. You're feeling abundant tonight. Thank you, darling. Okay. So I love these cards as well because they've got lizards and rats. And sorry, she's not here, is she? You're not here. No, it's all right. There's someone I know who doesn't even like me saying the word. But there's crystals and look, isn't it amazing? Geckos and rodents. Let's say rodents. That might not trigger so much. So the first one we got for you, and this is for the lovely, I can't add it shimmer, but one day when I get published, we'll do a super deck, which the super deck will have shimmer. But self-publishing, it's not possible. I'm going with an ethical source, so that's really important to me, but I'll go into that another day. All right, let's move on to Sandy's reading because I get confused otherwise. So we've got hematite here. We've got an anchor. I'm just going to leave it there for a moment because it's rather beautiful, isn't it? There's so many pictures within this picture. So I feel, at Sandy, I know I've read for you before. Thank you, Kath. I'll be with you straight after Jane. Please do remind me if I forget. I just don't have admin tonight, so it's quite hard to do both. Anchoring in, there is a feeling here, Sandy, that you are spreading yourself too thin. There's a feeling that you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that. I know you're a reader because I can see within this card the divination information. Now, I don't know whether that makes sense to you. What I mean is when you're divining with energy or with pictures or with scrying, you see things that other people don't see. So I know you have this. I know you have yourself well rooted. I know you're well grounded. But I do want to say there's too much being taken from you. Energetically, there's too much being taken from you. Now, the way they're presenting this to me in my mind is maybe you're doing free readings and you're burning yourself out. Now, understand it's really difficult to transpire from free to paid, but people get used to it and your quality of readings will enhance even if you ask for a small donation, because you then feel your self-worth. And that's important, Sandy. This is really important. So within here, we've got like a spiral in a spiral in a spiral. So there's a lot of women around you asking for support, but you need to make sure your foundations are firm. So next week, we've got the full moon. I believe it's the 15th. And this full moon is all about completion. And what we need to do with completion is we need to know that we are worthy of success. All right. Now, success is graded in so many different ways. Thank you, my lovely. Thank you, Joe. Success is graded in so many different ways. But I want you to write everywhere, I am worthy of success. The only person that pulls your energy down is yourself. If you let go of some of this obligation and, quite frankly, offloaders that I can sense around you, you will find everything will feel lighter. Hematite is a wonderful stone to wear to get the things away from you that no longer serve you. No longer serve you. So clear quartz, we've got the clarity here. We've got the only thing. I really love that phrase. Isn't it funny? The only thing. But when I read this card, it's very much bringing me the only thing I need to do next. The only thing I need to do to be in this place. I want to say to you, look at where you are now. Look at where you came from and project into that future where you intend to be. I intend to be a world authority on divination. That is what I've decided my mission for myself is. My mission on earth is to brighten anyone's day if I have the possibility to, but I don't have to give away part of me. I don't have to give away my money. I don't have to give away my time, my energy. I just have to show up. And that's what I want to say to you, Sandy. There's something here. I believe that you've been working with Reiki energy as well, because I'm seeing that spiral that, not spiral, that's the wrong word, but the swell that comes down with the Reiki energy. But the clear quartz is saying to you, have the clarity to understand you are already in a position where you didn't think you would be a number of years ago. I'm already in a position where I didn't think I'd be a number of years ago. And if we project into the future what we desire, we are going to be far closer than saying the only thing I need to do is this. All right. Drop the can'ts, drop the should, drop the would, drop the only thing, and start with confidence, or building your confidence to move forward. Red is an incredible color that if you need empowerment when you're working. I know I'm wearing black and white today, but when I feel low energy, you'll see me wear red because I need to pull that energy right up. All right, your last one. Now, this is really interesting. What do you need? Chrysocolla. Isn't that gorgeous? I have got a thing for moth, so might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's gorgeous. There's definitely a connection here with Egyptian interest. So it's bringing me to Tutankhamun's death mask, and it's bringing me also to the wonderful necklace that's often seen with the big bird and the wings coming up. I can't quite remember. I don't know whether it's Osiris or whether it's Horus, but I can't remember. But Egyptology is really of interest to you. When I was younger at university, I wrote an essay on the symbolism of the serpent. And I want to say to you, Jane, part of your journey right now is researching. It's finding things to know things about. So with the serpent, we have two sides. We have a destroyer, we have a taker of life, and we have a protector. So it's about looking at everything in duality, not saying that everything has an excuse. We're not talking about excuses. We're talking about the symbiotic understanding that everything has a flip side. Everything has a silver lining. But for you, Egyptian mythology, Egyptian understanding, maybe even Egyptian Reiki is really important. What do you need to know? Chrysocolla is the woman's stone. So I want to encourage you to consider having a woman's circle. I want to encourage you to consider having a woman's circle around one of the moon cycles. And I really want you to understand you already have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, but it's kind of putting yourself from the place you were to where the place you are, from the place where you were to where you are to where you should be. And that's where I want to leave it for you. All right, Sandy, I'm hoping that made all sense for you, my lovely. Aren't they gorgeous? They are gorgeous. You're Reiki certified. Isis. Yes, she likes you. She likes you. And she's a very, very powerful ally. Very powerful ally. Ask for her help. She will help you. She will help you. All right, let's get a message from Spirit. So thank you for those who are waiting. I appreciate your patience. Okay. So I've got an elderly lady with me, Sandy, and I know that she's got some headdress on her head. It's not a headdress, it's in Red Indian. It's some cloth or is it a hood? It may well be a hood, but it feels like one of those plastic hoods they wore in the 60s that were separate to the clothes. Okay. Now, this lady comes in with a very strong feeling of brown, which sounds so strange, but I know she's a very natural coloured lady. She liked her taupe and her brown and her caramel, and she's really quite the opposite to you, Sandy, because I feel you're much brighter in your colour choices. Okay. But she's saying to me that color is important and you're understanding the value of color. That might be why you like the cards. They are gorgeous. They're from Amazon and they're only £15. Highly recommend them. The color is important. How you use color is important. Now, this is interesting because we brought this in earlier. She's telling me that she was quite sad. She was quite sad. She found life quite hard. Well, she found life hard, and she's saying that she was quite miserable and kind of looked down on things, and she didn't really see much joy. And she regrets this because she sees from further afar that if you are surrounded by color and beautiful things, it really brings you up. So I want to say to you that there are people that are coming to you, that Spirit is sending to you, that need that color, that need that joy, that need that reminder that life is a place of bliss. I want to say that to you. I want to give you the number 66, and this is an address that I can see, number 66. And I know with this lady, if she shows me, okay, she's so old-fashioned. I don't know whether she would wash her clothes in the sink, but there's some really old-fashioned way of washing. Very technophobe, very didn't want to learn anything new. She was stuck in her old ways. Now, this is part of the journey that you're being sent. These people who have got into this behavior of mindset of that is the way we've always done it. You are here to rock that boat, my lovely, but you're here to rock that boat as gently as possible. I want to remind you of the Owl and the Pussycat, the story, and I'm going to leave you with that because I really want you to listen to that on some kind of audio book or some kind of SoundCloud, because there's something within the Owl and the Pussycat that you need to be reminded of that's important. Okay, thank you, Sandy, and thank you for saying that's your Nana. And she's so proud of you. She's so proud of you because there's real adversity you were facing last year, and you've pulled yourself out of it. And she's really proud of you. Thumbs up. Okay, that's me, but she's saying well done. She's saying well done. Thank you very, very much, my paternal grandma. Oh, bless you, sweetheart. Bless you. So we are next with, hi, Jack. You missed me talking about things you don't like. Hi, Jane. So I'm next with Jane. Jane is next. And then we've got two more. Evening, everyone. Please don't feel that you were, well, I said that inside out and upside down. Please feel welcome to stay and listen. It's been a long, long day, but you're doing good, Jane. Not Jane. Well, you're doing good, Jane, too, but you're doing good, Sandy. You're doing good. And it's like, let me give you a quote from my student earlier because it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Let's see if I can find it. Here you go. She said to me when we were working together earlier, she said, without the greatest darkness, you cannot be the greatest light. Isn't that great? I love that. So there you go. Quote for today. All right, Jane, my lovely, what would you like? Would you like 3 cards, or would you like 1 card and a message from Spirit? And thank you for the extra bonus, Sandy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, one's jumped out of the deck. Do you want 1 or do you want 3? All right. So after Jane, we have got someone, and then Joe, isn't it? Who's before Joe? God bless you, darling. Thank you. 3 cards. So one's just jumped out of the deck. So we're going to move on with 2 more. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, you're at boiling, aren't you? What is going on, Jane? What's frustrating you so much? It feels to me that you were on a real path of alignment. You're on a path of following those 111s and 1111s. And you were feeling like, yes, I'm here. I'm saying this. I am Jane and I am doing this. And it feels like you've gone back into your shell. Okay. I want you to spend some time, Jane, please, looking at what makes you reverse, what makes you not go step through that uncomfortable phase. Now, the thing is, when things are uncomfortable, is because we need change. We need to step through that knowing, step through that familiarity, and understand there is something wonderful at the other side. But if we always step forward and then step back, and believe me, I've launched my business 2-3 times now. We can go back and we can come forward, but we need to learn why we did that. My first time, I don't think I was ready. I was like, I got things printed up and didn't get them quality checked. I did spelling errors all the way through. It was a right mess and I wasn't ready. I was running before I could walk. I was a bull in a china shop. Second time, Indigo Starseed. Well, I was on television, wonderful experience, loved it, but it was exhausting. And I needed to stop that so I could come back now to Psychic Today in a position that suits me as well as suits them. So I want to say to you, what is the point? I won't be long for you, my lovely. Cass next and then Joe. What is the point that you stop? What's the point that you get sticky and you go, can't do this, I'm going to go back? Now, this is not just in your spiritual life. This isn't all your life. Okay. So it's okay, Kath. No, that is right. It's 1 card and Spirit, or 3 cards. All right. So Larimar itself, the mine has just closed. It's no longer open. This stone is no longer available. It's a closed mine. So what they're saying is you have something really precious within you. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. All right. Jane, I can't do it today because I've got people waiting. I'm trying to think how I could do it. Can you send me a PM and I'll send you a TED lecture that you need to watch about fear and rejection? Okay, because I think that's the easiest way to do it. I've got so much on my plate right now, otherwise I'd talk to you about it. But we've got all this emotion around here. We've got this blue emotion. It's a fear of not being listened to as well, not being heard. Now, until I was 35, I think, my parents didn't listen to any of my spiritual thoughts, any of my spirituality. It's so, so important to me. It's my lifeblood. And they didn't like my cards. They didn't like my work. They didn't like me telling people I was a psychic. They didn't like any of it. And then there came a breakthrough when their dog was unwell. And they said to me, can you heal our dog? And that was the breakthrough. And sometimes you've got to have that moment of a breakthrough, and it will be natural. And now I can talk about it. But believe me, for years and years and years, I was in a position where I didn't feel I could communicate what I do. what I want to say. And I know this is part of your gripe. I know this is part of your situation of not being listened to, fear of not being heard is where we're going. All right. So the next one we've got is choose your intention. So we've got full moon next week, 15th. Set your intentions. Some people say new moon. I work with the full moon because it's the fullest, it's the brightest, it's the most powerful moon for me. Choose your moon. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's the intent, it's the magic behind the intent. All magic starts with intent, belief, and respect. Pretty much. That's it. So emerald here is so showing you've got all these different eyes here, which is showing you the different qualities. So you've got a praying mantis. So you're a lady who knows what she wants out of life. We've got the cat. The cat will protect their loved ones at all costs. We've got a chameleon. You can change in the situation you're in. And we have the owl for the clairvoyance. We also have the cat that's behind the light. Look at the intention here. Remember what we were saying a minute ago about the dark, go to the darkest place to be the brightest light. You are a moth to those. You are a moth. You're not a moth. You're a flame to the moths, and they will come. They will come. The emerald is important. Look up the quality of emerald. Feel into the quality of emerald. Choose your intention. If your intention is to understand you are a valuable voice for spirit in the world, say it over and over again, every day in the mirror. Look in that mirror. When I first started, I looked in the mirror and I said, I'm the great and powerful indigo starseed, until I believed it, because being live is quite nerve-wracking. I'm used to it. I've done thousands of them now. But to start with, they're really nerve-wracking. Being on the other end of a phone with a complete stranger is nerve-wracking, especially when they're asking you very bizarre questions that you just think, what does it matter? But that's another story. That's for another day. So your last card we have is There Are Worlds Within You. Garden Courts. I really recommend, Jane, if you've never seen it, watch The Secret. Watch What the Bleep Do You Know, or What the Bleep Do We Know. Can't remember which one it is. And there is a sequel to The Secret, which is quite a good watch. Watch these things. Watch some of the Dr. Wayne Dyer programs as well, and understand that everything around you stems from inside here. We make a judgment when we meet someone. Is that person good or bad? Does that person fit the face that we want in front of us? When we go into a place of receiving and surrendering and not needing to have control of everything that's going on, our journey is much more gentle. I've had 2 days in a row where 2 people have needed postpone. I've messed about someone else because I needed to do that. And it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter in the slightest. And I'm saying that because that's the way they portrayed it. I didn't at all, because everything is just as it needs to be. I can do that another day. It doesn't matter. The person who booked me in wanted a shorter reading. I can do that. It's not a problem. Because when we choose what we react to, our life becomes much more joyous. I've had at least 4 things in my life today that years ago would have made me really cross and really frustrated and just swearing at the wall. But it doesn't bother me because I don't allow it to. Okay? Make that choice. Make that change. Be the voice that's part of changing the world. Okay? Lots of love, my darling. Path of least resistance. That's the one I follow very, very much. Makes it so much easier. So much easier. You can handle problems. I damaged something, not on my car physically, but I've got a piece of metal on my car to protect it. I caught it on something and now it's all out of shape. And I'm like waiting till I'm cool enough, and then I'll get my jeweler's tools out and try and straighten it up. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of metal on the back of my car. It's not my child. It's not my business. It's not my clients. It's not my friends. It's a piece of metal. I can replace it if need be. All right. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Jane. So we have got the lovely, hi, Joanne. We got Kath, who's one card and a spirit message. Okay. All right. And then we're on to Joe. Thank you for your patience, Joe. Do let me know if anyone else would like to book in a reading, because I'm not keen to go on too much longer. So let me know. Okay. So we have got for you, Kath, we've got Morganite and we've got Fill Yourself. You are a lady that is struggling with loss. And I know you're struggling with loss because it's brought up old losses. Now, what can happen when we have passings around us? It can bring back the emotions and the energy that we associate with other passings. And I want to say to you right now, your heart is very heavy. I can feel it literally within my chest. Now, they're saying fill yourself. I want to encourage you to meditate. I want to encourage you to do mindfulness, to listen to hypnotherapy, anxiety things on places beginning with U and ending in a tube of some form. This is all about you. Okay, this is all about you. You are so busy making sure everyone's okay, making sure the scenario is being managed of some form, but actually it's really hit you. It's really hit your heart. And the other thing they're bringing to is the solar plexus. Now, it is showing me a sunflower, so I don't know if this has a connection to Ukraine or the situation that's going on in that part of the world, but it is bringing me that image of the sunflower, so I do want to pass that on. Now, this might be that this is reminding you of something that happened, or it may be that you have a physical connection to someone there. I'm not quite certain here, but I do feel that it's really important, Kath, that you hold the intent to send out the love. All right. We can feel like completely hopeless and that we can't make a difference. But I tell you, I work with energy, I read energy, and we can sit and send the intent of love and peace at any time, and it will reach the people it needs to reach. We can't be responsible for the world's sadness. But what we need to do is when we feel that sadness, take note of it, find out what that's bringing up for you in that moment, and then refill yourself. So fill yourself with wonderful memories. Fill yourself with time out. My best friend passed away in 2017. I've got a hazelnut in my wrist, and my cards are going to have hazelnuts on them to honor her, because I want to keep her memory alive. I want to keep her alive. She's my main spirit guide, so she's right with me, laughing in my head right now. But it's a case of do something that makes you feel emotionally full. And if that means for a period of time turning off the news and taking yourself out of the external world, you have the absolute choice to make your world smaller. So your world can be your house, your world can be your town, your world can be your country. Your world can just be you and your family. It's entirely up to you how expansive you want to go. And when you feel that you're in a place where you can emotionally handle what's going on in the world, you can reopen it. It's not saying you're ignoring it, but I want to pull you back to you. Fill yourself and make sure that, thank you, Jackie, make sure you know that you are worthy of the love you want to give others. When we send love, we receive it at the same time. It's all a giving and a receiving, just like you have with healing energy. Very, very similar. Okay, let's see who we've got for you. Right, so the minute I link with someone for you, Kath, I believe I've got a gentleman with me, and he's he's got a little bit of there's something not quite right with the mouth, and I feel it could be a stroke, because I feel like I'm almost dribbling out the corner of my mouth, and I'm just telling you in a very matter of fact manner, but I don't want to be unkind, so I'm not going to go into any further. Okay, this gentleman definitely was deteriorating in his understanding of the world at the end of life. And I know with this gentleman, he was getting very frustrated very quickly. He wants to say to you, Kath, thank you. All right. He didn't say it when he was here. I feel that the words were quite what's the word, spiky. I can't really explain it, because I understand energy more than the vocabulary around it, but it's like he may have seemed ungrateful because he didn't know, he couldn't string things together, and he wants you to know that you make a difference, and you did make a difference, and he's saying thank you. So when I connect with this gentleman, I know that he will want fish on a Friday, because I can smell the fish cooking. And I feel that he's a very traditional person. And there's a feeling here that he's giving me the memory that he had quite a chauvinistic understanding of men and women. And he wants to say that's what, sorry, taking over my voice, and I want to be able to speak clearly. He wants to say, that's all I knew. That's all I knew. But he understands now that he could have done more. He could have done more when he was growing older, and he could have done more to support everyone who is supporting him. Okay. I know you've got a picture of this person in your house, because I can see it. I do believe it's black and white. I don't believe it's color, but I know you've got a picture of this person. And I know that you go back to the memory of when he was a lot younger, rather than, oh, thank you, Leah, I'll be with you in a little bit, rather than who he was when he passed. So he wants to salute you as well. I know he's a man who did service. He wants to salute you, and he wants to say thank you, and lots of love, darling. Look after you. Look after you. All right. Don't put yourself down the bottom of that list, because that's how we get burnt out. I'll tell you that from someone who's done it. Okay. Lots of love there, Kath. So I'm with Joe next. Joe, are you there, my lovely? Thank you very much to Jackie and Leah, who have sent payment, and I will be with you. I think I'm going to close up after that. I really fancy a glass of wine with my husband. I haven't seen him all day. I've been working. So soppy monkey, aren't I? But yeah, I like to be grateful for my family, and maybe my daughter, but she's hiding away at the moment. She's 12 going on 18. She doesn't play with me anymore. Hi, Joe Hughes. You wanted one and a message from Spirit, didn't you? Let's see what we've got for you, my lovely. Thank you for your message. Sorry I didn't get back to you, but I've literally been back to back. I had a chance to sort of briefly look at it, but not get back to you. So Full of Riches is here for you, my lovely. This is for Joe Hughes. This is Citrine. I want to say to you that there is a very recent bereavement around you. And I want to say to you, there's a little part of you that isn't ready to take the abundance that's coming from it. Now, I can't go into finance. I can't go into wills or anything like that, because it's not legal for me to do so. But what I can tell you is that this person, whoever this may be, and I may blend with them in a moment, I'm not sure. I never know what's coming, my lovely. So I don't want to set you up for a fall. But when I'm live, it's a bit different to one-to-one. So please understand that. But the citrine itself is a stone I hold in my wallet. And I hold it in my wallet because it means I never run out of money. So I want to say to you, there is a situation that's coming to you that you may be aware of or may not. It's coming summertime, end of summer possibly, because we've got the swallows going home in the picture. But I want to say to you, use it to capture your dreams. Use it to enjoy the life you have, all right? this is really important. Live for the moment, live for the now. Do not focus into the future, because the future causes you and others around you, Joe, great anxiety. So live in the now, make plans for the now, fulfill those dreams. Okay. Now, I don't know whether one of those dreams is Disneyland, because that's what I'm seeing in my mind. But fulfill those dreams. Now, we do have this beautiful rainbow that's across this, and I want to say that there's something you're waiting for. There's something you're waiting on a waiting list for. And I want to say that this is coming sooner than you expect. All right. So yourself or your loved one, I'm not quite certain which one, but there's someone on a waiting list with regards to medical assistance. It's coming sooner than you expect. Okay. There's a real appreciation of nature with you. And I want to say to you that when you're feeling that you need to get away from the big wide world, you get overwhelmed quite easily, Joe. When you feel like you need to get away from the big wide world, go into places which are dense with trees, that just have hills, which you're so far away from people. Spending time outside is really paramount to your well-being. I also want to appeal to you to always be very honest with how you're feeling, because I feel in the past there's been a situation around you where things have brought you really, really low, and you know that, but you would never want to upset someone by bringing up the way you're feeling. But be honest. Hugely, hugely important. Hugely important. Communication is everything. That's what I'm working here with, communication. Okay. So I want to give you the song I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. I don't know where it's from or who it's from, but I want to give you that to look up. Or maybe it's a memory link, but sometimes there's a message within the section there. And yeah, I see great things happening next summer. Not this summer, but next summer. Really beautiful situation happening next summer. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Okay. So as I blended the world of spirit for you, Joe, I feel there's a gentleman with me. He's definitely got some facial hair, because I can feel it on my face. I feel this gentleman would have had a struggle to keep his eyes open, because I'm feeling that way myself. And I would suggest that there might have been a trouble with blood pressure, or possibly with the heart, because both of them are really apparent to me in this situation. This gentleman I know would also have trouble clearly breathing, because I can feel that within my chest as well. Okay. Now, there's something that occurred around this gentleman around the stomach. I don't know whether it's a hernia or there's some other medical issue, but there's something around the stomach, and his stomach expanded. There's something that's not quite right there, that his stomach sort of distended, I think is the right word here. And I want to say with this gentleman, he's a very, very loving man, very loving, and he doted on the grandchildren especially, possibly more than you. But I want to say with this gentleman, he was very quiet. He was very quiet. He didn't necessarily say how he felt, because his generation, you went and sat in the shed with your bottle of whiskey and you just kept yourself to yourself. Okay. All right, I'm being shown a green card, Joe, and I don't know whether this green card is a relevant card to now or it's in the past, but I am being shown that the driver's rear tire needs attention. So I'd like you to have a look if you or your partner or who you live with has a car with the can they check the tire, please? Because that's what they're showing me in this moment. And they quite often will use something from the past to bring through a moment for the present. Okay. So I'm being taken back in time, and I'm being taken back in time to playing badminton. I'm outside, I'm playing badminton in a court. I'm having a laugh, I'm having a good time. I've freely got movement of my limbs, and I feel as this gentleman moved on in life, things stopped working as well. And he was very frustrated. So his sadness was inside. He never told anyone, but he was very frustrated that he couldn't do the things he used to do. And I feel this is very much around you at the moment, Joe. And there's a need to make sure you're compromising on what you can do. When life throws things at you that are difficult, and you know, we were talking about the path of least resistance, we can also understand that we can work on what we can do, not what we can't. So for instance, myself, I'm in menopause, so sometimes I find it very hard to have the energy to work. And I'm in a position where I pick and choose, other than my clients that are permanent, I pick and choose when I work. And I have to accept that. I used to go all week and then go to Milton Keynes and be on television all weekend and then go back to work all week. I can't do that anymore. But it's not, I can't, and it's a bad thing. It's because things change, things shift. So putting yourself in the focus of what is possible, not what isn't possible, is key. And I want to say to you that you have the most glorious things around you. Open your eyes, look at them, experience them, understand that this loved one that's now moved on, this loved one that was linking into my energy, lives on through your children. Okay. And know that you're not on your own, but you are going to have something that's going to help you make life a bit gentler for you. All right. I hope that made sense for you, Joe. Thank you so much for your perseverance at joining me on a live show. You are always welcome. Most regularly, I do Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. So we've got Jackie next. Just let me know, Joe, you're okay and it made sense for you. And I do hope it's the loved one you are hoping for. But please know that you can book a one-to-one, and then we can use a photograph if I can't link on the vibration. Link is a horrible word. Connect on the vibration of the energy you're giving me with the name. Okay. Let me have a little look. Let me have a little look. Where are we? Oh, I'm having a lovely day, Julie. Nice to see you here. So I must move on. I'm with Jackie. Jackie, what would you like? 3 cards or 1, my lovely? Jack, you line. How long did you get me for that one? So 3 cards or 1, my lovely? Can you just let me know? Thanks, Joe. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest, Joe. That sounds terrible, but it's not for me to know. I believe that I'm the mediation. So it's not my business, but hopefully you can understand, and it's giving you a bit of reassurance. Okay. They're only a thought away, my lovely. Only a thought away. Jack, what would you like? You choose. I'm going to go for 3 because I'm going to finish after Jack, and we got Leah, haven't we? Leah. Right. You have to get these earrings to me. I want to wear them. Leah. You're just like me. I forget everything too. Sharpen shadows. Oh my gosh. Obsidian. Obsidian. Sharp and shadows. This is interesting. Cutting a lot of cords, aren't we, Jack? Cutting also the can't do's. Thank you, Jack Kath. Please do leave a review if you choose to. It'll be amazing for my business. Thank you. There's a review tab underneath the Indigos Oracle. Like and follow, share, stuff like that. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm doing with psychic work. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, sharpen shadows. You are reinventing Jack. Jack was fine as she was, but you've realized this is your playground, haven't you, Jack? And you are like, it feels like you're changing your energy levels. You might be losing weight or you're toning up, one of these things. Anyway, it's like I'm taking ownership of me and not what you want me anymore. Not what you want anymore. This is me. Okay. I'm so pleased. So pleased. I feel you're almost ready to cut those cords. And maybe this is something you're thinking about doing, Jack, but you're almost ready to cut those cords. Now, obsidian is called Apache Tears as well. It's a really hard rock. It's volcanic glass. It's shiny and beautiful. I have a piece of silver sheen and I want to show you because it's gorgeous. You may have seen this before. You can scry in these. So the ancient Aztecs and Mayans would scry in black mirrors of obsidian. Like I said, this is silver sheen, but it reminds me of the full moon, which is why I love it. Brought it back by hand from Mexico. Hey, that's an achievement to knock on the list. I say that because you should have seen how much I brought back. It's amazing it all lasted. But yes, you're in that place. You're in that place. Slowly catch a monkey. Slowly catch a monkey. But it's like the divide is happening. The divide between who Jack was, who Jack is, who Jack will be. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you do who you were, who you are today, who you are tomorrow. You do Jack. All right, you do Jack. And we're doing camp soon. It's not long, not long. Different kind of love has come up for the second one. Rose quartz is self-love, self-care, the strength in yourself. You didn't realize how strong you are sometimes. And I feel that everything is shifting around you. Things are starting to get easier in the home environment. You're all blending with a common interest. I don't know whether this is around puppy again, because I'm definitely seeing a puppy there. Okay. What else we got here? Different kind of love. Self-love, real love, friendship, fun, adventure. Adventure is really, really key here. Now, I know you've got a Leo in spirit because this line keeps staring at me. And this Leo is just so proud of you because you've come from this place that they were witnessing of intense sadness. And you're still sad, but not sad as in naff sad like kids do. But you'll still have a sadness in you. But you're controlling it, you're working with it, you're growing and developing from this sadness. And your mediumship, lady, is getting amazing. So when you're ready to do it, let's get you out there because it really is getting amazing. I hope you can see the changes I can see in you. That's important to say. So heal your heartbeat. Rhodonite. There's so much you're going to need to work with. There's so much you're going to feel, but this has changed and that has changed and this isn't the same and that isn't the same. And we used to do this. And as the years go on, the traditions you used to do will melt away and new traditions will be formed. Take ownership of the choices you're making. Take ownership of the choices you're making. I want to send you on a foreign holiday. They are definitely showing me Spain, or if not Spain, Portugal. They're definitely showing me that, and they're showing me you sitting in a small room. It's not a big place, but just watching the sunset go down on the sea. It's not expensive. It's not fancy. But I want to send you somewhere you can really contemplate. Now, whether you take someone with you or not, that's your choice to make. But part of your healing your heartbeat is bringing in new memories, okay? We're wonderful friends, Jack, and just consider, All right. When you're feeling sadness of the situation you're in, or you were in, because I don't feel you're in the same place at all, consider you probably wouldn't have met me. I'm not saying that's a bonus, but hold on a minute. And you wouldn't have met Shamanic Camp. And Shamanic Camp is precious. Not everyone has that experience in life. So, you know, all of the knock-on effect of meeting Lauren, of meeting Kaylee, all these wonderful things, if everything in your life hadn't gone the way it's gone, none of it would exist. And I want to say to you, well done. Well done, because you are working on that healing of the heartbeat. I don't know whether you're talking to someone in more of a professional manner, but I do feel you're expressing yourself more freely, and you're able to talk about things without being irrational. Now, I'm not saying it was irrational. I'm saying that shift has been made. It's definitely a bonus meeting you in Shamanic Camp. It certainly is. Shamanic Camp is amazing. So it's really important to, when life throws adversity at you, and it throws bad stuff at you, as we call bad, all right? Bear in mind the universe isn't judgmental, so it doesn't really exist. But things don't go the way we plan them. They don't go the way we want them to go. Actually, sometimes they go better. And in this case, I want you to sort of really consider, when you feel in the headset to do it, even do a whole page of your life within that scenario. You'll maybe want Monday to Friday, and then do a whole page of your life now. And I tell you, your life is better now. But it's hard to remove that feeling of loss. And I totally get that. I respect that. But I want to say that to you. And thank you so much for allowing me to help you steer through the spirit world, because it's so fun. It's so fun. Wonderful. So Leah Renee is the last for today. Hello, Cal Hoskins. Good morning. It's good evening. I am whacked. So Leah Renee is the last person today. If anyone does pay past Leah, unless they've said already, they are going to, you're not absolutely horrible. Stop saying bad things. Write something else so I can put it on the screen. I don't want to put that. Words, create a spell, choose them well. You're absolutely amazing, super duper, fantastic person that just forgot to send my earrings. Do you know, you ask my students how forgetful I am. It's really bad, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It will arrive at the right time. I'll be going to Pokemon convention and my Pokemon earrings will arrive. I'm pulling your leg. All right, superb. So is Leah there? Because I'm just going to move on to Leah. Thank you for those who are joining, but I am concluding. It's nearly the end of my day. I've pretty much gone from 10 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. Beautiful, beautiful day. I feel very full of abundance and joy. And you can catch me tomorrow live on Psychic Today between 4 and 6 o'clock. So it's all across the world. You just tune in and you can send a text message, and I think it's £1.50 for them. And then I can read for you on there as well. A bit different on there because I'm not allowed to go on so long. So just so you know. All right. Breathe in your trueness. Leopardite is your first one. What did you want, Leah? I didn't ask. That was so rude of me. 3 cards or 1 card and a message. Which one do you fancy? I'm just going to put up here closed. Oh, I got to put that on the screen because it's so cute. I wouldn't have wanted to do my spirit journey with anyone else. You're a wonderful teacher, friend, and inspirer. Enjoy your wine and family time. Thanks. Oh, I love that. Thank you, darling. I'll just do the cards. Oh, bless you, darling. You can tell my energy's plummeting. Thank you. Just do the cards. So breathe in your trueness. Woo! I'm flying cards. Leopardite. I'm not finished yet. I'm coming out shortly. Oh, you bring me a cup of tea. Are you going to stay up 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't this magic? Look. Magic cups of tea. Do you want to say hello?
Who is it?
Just a few people. This is my friend Leah I'm reading for. Just say hello.
Hi.
come and see you in a minute.
Okay.
My funny hair tinsels. I'll do you some. Right, shut the door.
Bye.
Breathe in your trueness. All right, that's your first card. Your second card is Morganite. This one wants to pop up today. And your third card is green fluorite. So breathe in your trueness, Leah. Like you're going backwards. They're telling me, I'm going to tell you with the book. They're telling me that you were going forwards and you were reading through the book really, really well. And then you stopped. So I don't know what you stopped. I don't know whether you stopped getting support, talking. You've stopped your path of, I've got to be so mindful how I word this. Your path of solution. That's what I'm going to say. Path of solution. Because I don't want to go into anything medical. Okay. But I feel that you stopped, and you may have stopped because of a disappointment. That's the feeling I have. Now I'm looking over my glasses. Who used to look over their glasses like this to you? Because this isn't me. I don't do this. There's a feeling you stopped, and it may have been disappointment. It may have been that you felt you're in the flow. Everything was going the right direction. The universe is supporting me. And then things didn't quite go well. Okay. I love your hearts, Leah. There's such a place for them. There is such a place for them. All right. I'm on a live broadcast. People should watch this later. If you could have part of your loved one's ashes put into a resin heart and posted to you as an object you can have in your handbag, you could have in your kitchen, you could have from your pets, doesn't matter. Would you like that? Let me know. Okay. No interest, but you haven't connected for the interest. Okay. You could say there's no interest in my work, but you have to build connections. It takes time. I know we can get this out there, Leah. I know we can get this out there. I'm too busy with my own projects at the moment, but let's put our heads together and let's get those hearts out there, because I think it's wonderful. What you could do, though, is instead of just doing ashes, if you can find a way of having an object that is important to them, or even a photograph that you can put to ashes and you can put in the heart, there might be something you can expand with, because the only thing with the ashes is you have a niche market. Now, there is ashes in glass or ashes to glass, but there are companies already doing gemstone jewelry from ashes. So if there's people out there buying that, my lovely, they will buy your product, but it's not easy to sell. You have to connect with people. No feedback. Yeah, the problem is that, all right, so as an example, on Facebook, I have nearly 5,000 followers. I have 10 people arrive on my shows. Even if I do free readings with Loy, which is the only day I do free readings, I have 10 followers come on my lives. So it doesn't equate. So the point is, if you always value your work against feedback, I get, how many readings do I do in a week? Maybe 20. I'd be lucky if I get a review once a month. If I looked at that review once a month as I'm doing okay, I wouldn't do it anymore. If I had a live, I think there was a live last week on Tuesday, or this week, Tuesday, I can't remember, 4 people purchased readings. If I was to equate my quality of my goods on that, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. So it's really, really important. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's a brilliant idea, isn't it, Cal? And let me just get through my cards and then we'll get in contact. We'll set you up something and we'll see the logistics, because you need to figure out a price. You need to figure out how you're going to post it. The whole package needs to be simple because these people are in mourning. So it needs to be simple, but we can do it, and you can connect to spiritualist churches, spiritualist people. I know hundreds of mediums. You can connect to them and you can say to them, you know, if you have someone who's in that place of sadness, please suggest that I have this on offer. You don't have to sell it like it's goods, because it's a service. It's a very, very valuable service. Yeah, but TikTok is nothing, darling. TikTok is nothing. To be on TikTok and to be shown, you have to have 100,000 followers to even break TikTok. And, you know, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. TikTok is all about people not buying a product. It's about people seeing an image or a graphic or something. Most of it's clickbait, to be frank, and most of it's rot. There is some that I quite like now. I have seen some TikToks I quite like, but just to use it as a selling site, that's not how it's used. And I realized that quite earlier on. So I want to say to you, Leah, take away everyone else's thought, everyone else's rejection. Remember, people like Elon Musk was told that his ideas were ridiculous. He's a multi-millionaire. I'm not saying you're going to be a multi-millionaire, but you have to go through that. You have to go through that point of discomfort to the other side. I was talking about earlier, actually. But the most important thing is your motivation. What stops the motivation? When it stops being you and you stop doing it start doing it in a way that people are asking, or you start doing it like with my drawings. If I do my drawings and you said to me, Indigo, I want a picture of a horse with flowers, I would absolutely loathe drawing that, because it's not for me. I need to draw intuitively. I need to draw pen on paper, just start drawing. As soon as I start, and the same with my jewelry, as soon as I make jewelry to someone's requirements, it's no longer my work. So there's something there. He's a billionaire. There you go. Well, he's a trillionaire, isn't he? I think he's a trillionaire, actually. He's pretty darn rich. Money doesn't mean anything to me in that respect. It just seems fantasy. But the important thing is, at some point you stop doing it for you. When you do it for you, and the bonus is it sells, you have your heart in it and it will work. Anything you have passion, anything that has a true story. I'm doing this in the memory of my beloved mother, my beloved mama, whoever you want to, I don't know how you term her, but that is the story that needs to be said. I'm doing this to comfort people who've been through what I've been through. All right. Sincerity will do it. Feel yourself, though, because there's a hole right now. There's a hole right now. Now, I know this is worry around the current scenario going on. Please don't worry into it. Send love and light and healing, and light a candle and sit and ask your angels to hold everything's space clearly. Don't worry into it. Worry just breeds worry, and worry sends on the ether there's something wrong. All right? Don't worry. Understand that it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Self-care is important right now. You've been doing things you didn't want to be doing, Leah, haven't you? You've done things because you had to, because you felt obligated. Take it back. Yeah, he's going to be here soon. And it's all going to be good. Is this mine? Fluorite. I've literally just read this to you. When your work is your own, when it has a passion and a story behind it, that story, that message, you can see these lovely swallows, I believe, or swifts. They are messenger birds, and they're here to sort of send out that thought, send out that moment. I've had people message me saying that Spirit told me I needed to go for a reading. I had purple hair at the time. Spirit told me I needed to go to a reader with purple hair for a reading. I saw you walking down the street and your hair was blue. And I thought, no, it wasn't you. And then I drove past afterwards and you dyed your hair dark purple, and she booked me. I didn't even know who this person is. They will send the people to you. But the thing is, you've got to have your heart in it. And if it's not for you and you're doing it because you feel you should or you could or you can, then it's not going to work for you, because it needs to have your passion. But right now, the situation around, I don't want to go into, because I don't ever read into that, and I don't want people even thinking that. Green fluorite has come in because that's a beautiful stone for holding psychic intent. We got the World Wide Web. We got the web of everything is building up. But right now, I'm giving you a letter S. I probably shouldn't do that, but I feel that the letter S is important here. Everything's a very interlocked, and it's feeling quite overwhelming. So take a step back, focus on family, focus on yourself, but make sure you're not putting everything else first, because you need to look after yourself. You're going to be a granny soon. You need to look after yourself. Your last name's initial. Oh, is it? So I want to say to you, look after yourself, nurture yourself, get some sleep, get some rest, take the things that you've been taking to support you in life. Try not to forget, put an alarm, because I feel that something slipped. Your energy isn't where it was a few weeks ago, and I know you're worried. I understand that, but you need to have the strength, because you're going to be busy. All right. Lots of love there, Leah. And I'm sure that, you know, it really does feel that it's all going to be good for you. But find a way of distracting yourself, even if it's sitting and knitting. Not even close to what it was. Yeah. It just, the thing is, when we have a nervous disposition, or we have a baseline, I call it a baseline of anxiety. So today I went to the dentist. I had this idea that after I had this work done, which has cost me a fortune, I would be signed up, and for the rest of my life, I would be on a plan where if anything else goes wrong with my teeth, it's covered. I today got that message from my dentist that's not happening. And it did send me into a place of anxiety. And I did need to spend a moment taking a step back, having something to eat, having a drink, having some sugar, having a cup of tea, talking to my husband about it. And he just says to me, it'll be all right. And it kind of is, because there is good in this situation, but there's also a situation I wasn't expecting. And because I had this idea of, oh my gosh, at last, I've got very soft teeth. I have a lot of trouble with my teeth. And at last, I'm going to have this feeling of protection. So next time I have to pay £500 for a root canal, I've got this feeling of protection. It's not there, but I just had to go around the corners with it. I had to take a step back. I had to not feed into that anxiety and that worry, and actually know it's going to be okay. All right. Love you lots, Leah. I'm going to sign off now. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for all of you. Thank you so much for joining my show. Normally on a Friday, it's about 7:30, but I will work when my energy is directing me to. So in general, Tuesday, 6 o'clock is Tarot Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for sharing, for commenting, for sending hearts. Anyone who writes a review, thank you so, so much. And please know it is never about this messenger. It's always about your message. I'll see you soon. Bye.